When I think what the very best Spyderco could be, and by very best, I don't mean the best value, the most utilitarian, the most useful. I mean just the highest quality of Spyderco. One of my top considerations is probably the Spyderco Drunken. Now let's see why that is. So the Spyderco Drunken was designed by Dmitry Sinkovich. That's Dmitry Sinkovich of the popular ZT-0450 series and many others. So this knife has a just under 3.5-inch blade of S90V, and it's got a very nice semi-mirror polish with a stonewash finish on it. The blade is positioned very nicely to the very nicely ergonomic handle for just great actual cutting use and performance. You can get down on a surface this way, and it is just great for any task. We've got this very nice carbon fiber handle scales that has that drunken milling texture on it, as well as the titanium on the lock side as well. This is an RIL or Reeve Integral Frame Lock or Frame Lock, and it does have a lock bar insert and over travel stop, so we don't have to worry about lock stick with these. Some of the other Taichung Spydercos that do have the frame locks are known to get some pretty nasty lock stick, so this is a nice little detail that this one has that can prevent that. Now it's got a steel backspacer and pocket clip, but the internal milling to lighten the weight on this titanium and the carbon fiber already makes it pretty light enough. So having some steel on this end is really nice to keep things balanced. We don't want to keep too much weight on either end of the blade to make it more easy during use. And this knife does have some very nice washer action, extremely smooth. You can easily Spidey flick it open or do a nice slow roll and a good thumb flick as well. Overall, just one of the highest quality Spyderco knives that I can think of. I've handled far from all of them. This is just in my humble opinion. Now I want to talk a little bit about how I got my hands on this Spyderco Drunken, with this being sort of a collector piece. So I actually recently connected with Ray from WeBuyKnifeCollections.com. And hold on before you skip through this part, because this isn't a paid ad. I actually reached out to him. So I found that he is in my same hometown, kind of just came across him on Instagram, and I reached out to him to see if he'd be interested in collaborating. I saw he had some really interesting pieces and a lot of things that I'd be very interested in taking a look at and having the opportunity to show you in exchange for me just kind of putting some of his information out there regarding his website, WeBuyKnifeCollections.com. So it was actually founded in June of 2025 by Ray Harmon. He is a knife collector of 9 years and is based here in North Florida. He mostly focuses on high-end custom knives, and he is a knife collector himself. He specializes in sourcing rare premium pieces and placing them back into the hands of enthusiasts who truly appreciate the craftsmanship of a good knife. So if you're into high-end customs and hard-to-find pieces, check out what's available at WeBuyKnifeCollections.com. They've always got a rotating lineup of collector-grade knives worth a look if you're hunting for something unique. Now, I actually went over to check out his operation myself. We met in person and talked a lot, and I'm really excited for this partnership. And don't worry, I'm not going to spend a lot of time just talking about his website and all of my videos, but it is a partnership, and it is something really cool and interesting that he's doing. It's if you haven't heard of him or haven't seen him yet, he definitely is growing in the community and he wants to be part of it. So I'm looking forward to working with him, and I'm looking forward to getting to take a look at more interesting pieces, more higher end pieces like the Spyderco Drunken, and showing them to you. And of course, I want to let you know that he was kind enough to provide these knives to me to be able to show them to you. I'm still going to be doing plenty of my customization work, my edge retention testing, and still getting some lower end regular stuff like Olatans and Vixino and stuff like that. So I'm going to be still doing plenty of what I am, but you're going to see a lot more way more interesting knives than even this on my channel to come. So I'm really excited for my partnership with Ray from WeBuyKnifeCollections.com. Go check him out. He's got some really cool stuff, but the Spyderco Drunken. I would say there is one, I don't want to say fatal flaw with this knife, but if there's one thing that could be said about it that is not the best, that is this pocket clip. The way that the lock bar relief here is cut out on the external side, mixed with where the pressure for that pocket clip is, it is a perfect storm to get something caught in right there. Now that's not always an issue, and a lot of companies are very guilty of having that little detail in their pocket clips, having that little problem, I should say, not detail. But that's really the only thing even close to a negative criticism I could have about this knife. I mean, this is just primo, the pinnacle of primo Spyderco quality here. And I don't want to hear it's not one of their US models. I have tried many of their US models, and they are just fine in quality, and this is exceptional, let me tell you. I mean, I have a bunch of PM2s and Mannix, and I've shown that I've tried. I think I have something from most of their factories. I don't know if I have anything from Italy, but anyway, what do you think the pinnacle of quality is for a Spyderco knife? Price aside, utility aside, what do you think their very best is to offer? Thank you for watching.